Hey Cody, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How's your summer going?
It's going good. A lot better now. And now, yeah, less to focus on. So, it's been good.
So, just initial thoughts on coming back to New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm fired up. I'm super excited. I wanted to stay the whole time, so I'm glad that a deal could get done. And yeah, I'm back for 2 years.
And if we can go back, and I apologize for going back to the playoffs, but you only had 3 games of playoff experience going into that round. I'm just curious, what was your biggest takeaway for you personally going through that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Only having three and then going to a series in Carolina, that's pretty, tough building to play in. But it was a great experience. Obviously, I wish it could have gotten a lot better. It's something that I think about all the time. So, but I think it's something that's going to drive me this summer. We want to get back to that point, but we want to do a lot better and, advance. So, I think, it was a good step in the right direction for me, and it's something I can learn from.
And the last one I have is that you only played 19 games as a Devil, and it was a small sample size. But can you talk about what it meant to have that veteran goaltending tandem of Jake Allen and Jacob Markstrom?
Yeah, they're awesome. I saw Jakey signed again, so I was pumped to see that. And Marky's one of the greatest guys of all time. Besides the time when he slashed me, but that was kind of my fault. But no, he's awesome. They're both just really good people, and they're really good goalies. So it just makes it much more special to have those two, in the crease for us.
Thank you. I'll see you in September.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Christy. We'll go over to Amanda Stein, NewJerseyDevils.com.
Hey Cody, how you doing?
Great, guys. Nice to see you again.
You as well. I'm just wondering, like, from a mental standpoint for an athlete, what's it like to sort of have that 2 year deal under your belt, coming into, again, still a relatively new team for you, given like how things went after the trade deadline. What does that sort of do for you mentally going into the remainder of the off season and then like preparing yourself for training camp?
Yeah, it helps a lot. Like you said, like I came in a short period of time I was playing, and it's tough to get to know the guys, know the coaches, all that stuff in such a quick period of time. But I felt like I did a pretty good job. But yeah, I think just going playing 2 more years here, it's gonna be something special, especially just for my wife, my dogs, and starting a family and stuff like that. So no, it's very special, and I'm really looking forward to getting just like a full year under my belt with these guys because it was such a great group, and obviously Jack was injured, so I didn't get to see him much. So it's going to be great to see a fully healthy team and being able to come back and do better than we did last year.
It's funny because there have been so many times this year when we have been able to talk to you. You kept sort of saying that piece. You haven't really seen the team at its fullest because you came in after Jack. So, can you sort of point me in a little more of a direction of what your real expectations are, having experienced what you did, and the feeling that you guys were all left with at the end of the year?
Yeah, I think like when I first got there, it was amazing. Obviously, I was helping the team, was producing all that stuff, and then getting injured sucked. Obviously, there's a lingering injury, and obviously, you don't want to go through that, especially if I get traded and I was feeling really good with the team, and then you hit this kind of wall, and it's mentally you're in a blender kind of. But yeah, like I said, just going into playoffs, obviously, it was tough. It was my first experience, and a couple other guys, so. We have to have that feeling in the summer that we don't want to have that feeling again. So I'm really looking forward to the summer and getting back. And so it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. And then having the full healthy roster, it's going to be great.
Awesome. Thanks, Cody. Have a great rest of your summer.
Awesome. Thank you too.
Thank you, Amanda. I'll open it up if we have any other questions. We'll go over to Trey Matthews, Pucks and
Thank you. Cody, first and foremost, welcome back. I read somewhere online saying how you're an advocate for mental health awareness. You talked about your journey over the past few years. How have you grown both as a player and a person because so much has happened the last few seasons?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's always tough. I haven't mastered it yet, but I do talk to a lot of people to kind of, help me along the way. Especially with it's kind of tough with the personal life and putting the hockey life kind of aside when you're at home because those two things kind of mesh. So I think I've done a lot better job with that. But I have to give credit to my wife. She's kind of been in my corner, my family, all that kind of stuff. But it's always something you have to work on. And I consistently do it. I work with a ton of people, and yeah, it's been a tough life. And we're hockey players, obviously, but there's stuff that happens, away from the rink that you have to kind of handle too. So, but yeah, it's always just a work in progress.
Awesome. Final question. I know you didn't play in that many games with the Devils this past season. Have you set some goals for yourself for this upcoming year?
Uh, Not yet. It's nice to know where I'm going now. Obviously, back to New Jersey. So, but yeah, I think I'll talk to my sports psychologist and kind of go over some, values and some goals for this upcoming season. And yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that. So, it's great just knowing where I'm going and being back. It's a very exciting feeling. And obviously, I'm getting a bunch of texts, all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to enjoy it for right now, but obviously back to work tomorrow.